The feminist movement was one of the worst things that could have ever happened to the women in the black community. And I know y'all going to say, because of the feminist movement, you have the right to vote. No, because of the civil rights movement, we have the right to vote. Y'all going to say, because of the feminist movement, you have the choice to work. No, I'm a black woman. I never had the choice to work. We were brought over here to work. There's never been a time in American history since they brought my black enslaved ancestors over. Actually, my ancestors was free, so when they brought my freed ancestors over and enslaved them, from the very moment that any of my matriarch touched this ground, they've been working. So black women did not need the feminist rights to start working. We was always working. We was always in the kitchen. We was always the nannies. We was always the cleaners. We was the one feeding y'all babies when y'all wasn't doing nothing. So we did not need to fight. We didn't need to fight for the right to work. Where was Rosa Parks coming back from? Work. Black women could always work. They never allowed us to stay home with our kids. They, even when we was in the home with our kids, they made us take care of their kids. They never allowed black women that grace. Okay. Nothing the feminist movement, nothing feminist rights movement did helped the women in the black community, because white women were fighting a different fight than us. White women were oppressed by the same people as us, but a lot of the rights that white women was fighting for already was coming in the civil rights movement. Half of our party left to join the feminine rights movement when those feminists turned on those black women, and they realized they were probably worse off with them than just staying in the civil rights movement, which was already fighting for our rights. The feminist movement did not in particular do nothing for women that the civil rights movement already wasn't doing for women. Women were strong in the civil rights movement. Women was fighting for women's civil rights as well. One of the biggest ways we fucked up in our history was leaving our black men in the civil rights movement to join up with women in their feminist movement when we weren't even going through the same those girls was going through anyway. We've never even had their lifestyle since we've been in America.